Yo, what is going on? Is the DFS Shark, and we are back with another day of some NBA hoops. It is now January 31st, the last day of the month, right? What a breeze this month has been, especially when you have action every day, right? It seems like the month just flies by, right? We're going to do a quick recap on yesterday's plays. We hit on our top two plays of the day yesterday, but our five-man slip ended up only hitting 3 out of 5 with a late night loss on the late game, right? Ultimately, we cashed on that line. But we'll talk about Taco Tuesday and what happened there. But if you are new to PrizePicks, there is a code below. Drop that code in at sign up, and they're going to give you up to 100% match deposit bonus, right? So whatever you want to play with, if you have, $10 you want to play with, throw in 10, they're going to match you 10. If you got 50, throw in 50, they'll match you 50, right? But to take full advantage of it, they match you up to 100. So if you throw in 100, you're going to get up to $100. Free house money, right? That you can play with, and you can throw that in multiple plays, 2-man slips, 3-man slips. They actually have a Mahomes slip right now. They'll have it all the way up to the Super Bowl, right? It's just a half yard. So Mahomes needs 1 passing yard, right? So that's a guaranteed win, right? You just got to find the right plays to bundle that up with. But yeah, drop that code in, at checkout if you want to get hooked up with that discount, right? And also, the Discord, right? Join the Discord if you want to be, a part of others just sharing their plays. This is where I share all my plays, all the plays I'm about to go over in this video, right? I share in the Discord. I've already dropped this line in there. I've dropped an underdog NBA line. Speaking of underdog, I had 2 lineups in there yesterday. We missed on one, but the other we ended up hitting 4 out of 5. So we 2.5x'd our money in there. I have a lineup I send out for PrizePicks and underdog at about noon time each day. I call it the all sports lineup, right? So it's a mixture of whatever's going on that day, right? NBA, college basketball, NHL, right? So I'm taking the best plays from all the sports going on and kind of throwing that in its own line separately, right? And the one we hit on yesterday on underdog, which I will show in a bit as well, most of that was college basketball, right? 4 out of the 5 slips, and then we had 1 NBA in there. So that was a good one. But the Discord, it's 100% free. I'm also running a giveaway because we just hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, right? So I appreciate y'all who have been liking, commenting on the video. Been doing this for a little over a month now, coming up on 2 months, and we hit 1,000 subscribers. So for all y'all that subscribe, that have liked, commented at any point in any of these videos, I appreciate y'all. And for that, I'm actually doing a giveaway in the Discord right now. So if you take a look here, for the next 4 or 5 days, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, giving away basically $25 each day. And if you join that Discord, there is a channel called Giveaways. Go read that. You can see how to be entered, but it's super simple, right? But yeah, the Discord, if you want to get in there, the link is going to be in the description and the comments. But let's dive into yesterday's plays. Let's do a quick recap, right? So let's throw that up here, right? And you can see here, our top play, Kobe White hit. I like that line, Josh Hart. Josh Hart made me nervous, man. They were winning by 22 plus points, right? Thibodeau just would not pull the starters, right? He ended up playing like 42 minutes in a 23 blowout game, right? Which is crazy, but it ended up still not hitting the line, so we were good there. Bruce Brown ended up getting extended minutes as well. Manuel quickly didn't play, so that ended up being a really good play. Kumunga killed us on that late night line, right? He killed us. We were so close, right? I think he got that rebound. I'm not sure what happened. I hadn't went to bed at that point. Those West Coast games are late here. But yeah, he ended up getting that late rebound, probably with 5 minutes left in the quarter, right, in the game, right? So that hurt us, right? And then Chris Dunn, he got that line pretty early within the first half, right? I've been getting hit hard on the less than assist line, so that's one I may be avoiding for the time being, right? But ended up hitting 3 out of 5, so it shows here that we won some, but really it's not a win. You ended up, if you hit 3 out of 5 on a flex on PrizePicks, you win 40% of your entry fee back, right? So let's just say you bet 10, right? You would win $4 back, right? So we got some back there, but we did hit as you can see on our 2-man slip. We threw that together, right? And as far as Taco Tuesday, man, this was actually not a good Tuesday. As far as the actual tacos they gave out, 2 out of 3 of those hit, right? So that's a good number. But the tacos that did hit, I threw those together in 2-man power plays, and I just couldn't hit on those, right? I just couldn't hit on those 2-man power plays. So Tuesday is usually my best day. It ended up being just an okay day. I took a small loss, but if you were just following, the YouTube play and the top 2 plays, which I highly recommend because those are the plays I have the most confidence in, then you got to win out of that. If you followed the 5-man slip, then you took a slight loss, right? But yeah, I'm liking the slip today for the plays. A decent sized slip. I believe there's also like 3 hockey games. There's a good amount of NCAA basketball, so I'm going to have a all sports lineup around noontime as well. But let's get into what my PrizePicks plays are. All right, so DGF, let's start in here. This is where I start my day every day when it comes to me just figuring out what lines I'm going to be on, because if you think about it, if you go look on the site, or if you just go on PrizePicks in general, every player has like 5 or 6 props, right? And so if you think about how many players are actually on a slip, especially for like a 7-game night, there's over thousands of props, right? If you go to Daily Grind, I have this filtered by all sports, but you can just see it takes the top plays, right? Filters these down by the top EV plus plays. So you have limited plays to look at, but all these plays are backed by all the sports books and everything like that. So you get a major advantage, right? And you're not overwhelmed with millions of lines. That's what I love about it. So I start my day here each morning. And in this video, I like sharing with y'all the top play on Daily Grind, so you can get an idea of who they're liking if you want to throw this in a slip as well. So Paul George, they have him at a 54.4 chance to hit. His PRA over 27.5 against they're playing the Wizards, I believe. I actually have a play on Paul George. It's not one of my top 2 plays, but it is a play I will go over. It's not this line, but it's a line I like that he's been crushing a lot lately, right? You can even see Pinnacle has this line at -161, right? Huge difference between these two, right? Big difference there. But for Pinnacle to be at a -61, known as the sharpest sports book, that is a good side to be on, right? Really good side to be on. So this is a play I'm liking. I don't have this in any of my lineups. Like I said, I have another Paul George play, but if you want to throw this in a slip, this would be a good one. And if you want to try out Daily Grind, see if it's for you, drop that code in Shark for 25% off your first month, and they will hook you up, right? All right, so let's jump into PrizePicks. Let's see what the top plays are for me. So I'm gonna start with my number 2 play of the day, right? I always start with that, and the play is gonna be on the New Orleans game here in Houston, right? And we're gonna be going Herbert Jones. Let's type his name in here, and so the line is actually removed, right? The line is removed. I just put this in 10 minutes ago. That's how quick these lines change, right? So these lines, they get bumped quick, man. They get bumped very quick. The line I had, the play I had, and I shared this in the Discord as well, is over a steal. So he just needs 1 steal, right? Really great value on that line, obviously, which is why they took that away, which is why I put these plays in early as well. A lot of people put it the night before, which is a great thing to do as well, because those lines are fresh. And once a line's removed, it most likely it's not coming back, right? So Herbert Jones over a steal, if you're able to get this anywhere else, is a really good line. So let's dive into why I'm liking this play, right? So you can see we slide into these spreads here. The Pelicans are on the road against Houston on a -2.5 spread, so it should be a close played game. Close played game means players are going to get more minutes, right? And this is a player who sometimes I'm on the trends, sometimes I'm not, right? Because the trends aren't there's something I like to see, right? And it definitely helps, gives me more confidence. But also at the same time, the trends don't always have to be there for me to consider it a play, because a lot of different factors can affect trends, right? Like players coming back, players injuries, like was he playing this game without? And that's why you can use outlier to really filter that down as well, right? So let's look at his last 5. He's only hit this at 20%. His last 10, he's only hit this at 30. His last 20, 35 head to head, he's hit this 60% versus Houston, which is a good sign, right? He's only played them once this year. And he didn't go over, but the 3 games before that he went over. But for the year, he's at 59%, right? And so recently he's gone into this, I guess this streak here where he hasn't been able to get a steal, but you can see the upside he has, right? He has games where he's gotten 5 steals. three steals a game, and he went on this streak right here, getting at least one steal a game for about, I don't know, is that 10 days or so? And Houston is a team that will turn the ball over, right? If you've been watching me, you see Sengun is a player who can turn the ball over. You know, all by himself, he could turn the ball over 4 to 5 times a game, right? So Herbert Jones is a play I'm liking. You can see steals allowed. They're about 14th in the pack here. If we go to small forwards, they're actually number 2. So strong against small forwards, right? And steals allowed, right? But overall, they are number 14th in the league. This is a play I am liking here. He just needs one steal. And obviously a big reason why this got pulled was because this is a heavy juiced line, right? So all the odds makers are on this line to go heavy. This probably won't be on DGF no more. So you can take a look here and see what the odds makers have, right? DraftKings minus 135, Caesars minus 139, and BetMGM minus 140. So this is heavy juiced, and a big reason why I got pulled. So let's go into RotoWire and see what they have him at. So they have him playing about 27 minutes, and they got him getting 1.1 still. So they have him going over this line as well, which is a good sign. I'm not always on the same side as RotoWire, right? But I just like looking at them and seeing what they have on the game, right? So Herbert Jones over that steal, that's going to be my number 2 play of the day, right? And let's go to my top play of the day. Hopefully this line is still there. We're going to go Kevin Huerter. And the line I had was blocks and steals under 1.5, right? And this play has already been bumped as well. So that's why it's tough to make these videos, because I'm literally putting these plays in 5 to 10 minutes ago, right? Send them out in the Discord, and then boom. This happens most times, most videos, right? So if you really want to follow these plays, the spot to be is the Discord. That's the spot, because you get them instantly as soon as I have them. So you may only have 5 to 10 minutes to put them in, just because these lines are so juiced. They're going to get removed eventually or get bumped, right? So let's dive into why I'm liking this play on Herter, right? Another player that I'm against the trends on here, right? So he's been hitting this last 5. He's only hit the under 20% of the time. He's been going over a lot recently. His last 10, 30%. But if we look at his last 20, he's hit this at 65%. Head to head, the 2 times he's played them last year, right? He went under both games. And for the year, he's in this at a 67% rate. So I am liking the season rate here, right? This is a, you could see recently he's been killing it with his blocks and steals, right? But I don't see that continuing tonight, right? I like this play. It's also a heavy juice play, and I'll show you the odds on this as well. But let's go to overall, right? Let's go to Miami. So they are a top 14D, middle of the pack in steals and blocks allowed, right? But if you slide over to shooting guard, which is Herter's position, they are top 5 when it comes to steals allowed versus shooting guards. They don't give up a lot of steals. They're almost just missed that top 10 in blocks allowed, right? So they aren't a team that's given up a lot of steals and a lot of blocks to shooting guards, or even to just as a team as a whole, right? They're middle of the pack, right? So they're not a bad D, but they're really strong against shooting guards, right? So Herter is a play I'm liking to go over. I don't think this trend is going to continue. Because of this trend, his line did get pushed up, right? When he was back around here, his line was at, 0.5. But because of this trend, it's got bumped up to about 1.5. So I'm going to take that value there, and I'm going to go with the under on this, right? You can see the odds makers. Let's see what they're on. Heavy juiced as well. DraftKings minus 135. Caesars minus 139. And BetMGM minus 140. And like I said, Daily Grind is what I use to help me find these lines and to really help me find the value, and then Outliers where I dive in. And you could also see odds on Outlier as well, which is pretty cool. If you just want a quick glance to remind you what they are. But those are going to be my top 2. If you can't get those in on PrizePicks, most likely you won't be able to now. Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, any other sites you play on, right, that you may play on, check there and they may have them, right? But this is another play I'm liking, right? You can see the Paul George on Daily Grind was the top play, but this is a Paul George play I'm liking over on the threes made, right? His last 5. He's only hit this 2 out of 3. This game, he didn't even make a 3. I was on him this game, right? But he has been hitting this line at like 70 to 80% his last 20, right? So Paul George shoots a lot of threes, right? He's shooting like 8 to 10 threes a game. He's sometimes hitting 4 to 5, 6 threes a game, right? So he's a player I like shooting. They're playing Washington, who has a very soft defense. So I expect him to get some shots off and hit some shots early on for us as well. So Paul George is a play I'm liking. Harrison Barnes, we're going to be going under on this 14.5 points, right? He has absolutely crushed this line these 3 games. Because of that, his line has jumped up, right? And this is normally what his norm, right? Around that 12 range. Before these 3 games, he has not had games like that all season, right? So he really got hot those 3 games. Looks like he came back down. But because of that, his line did get bumped up a little. It was normally sitting around 12 to 13. So I like the value I'm getting on Barnes on the under here. I don't expect him to keep shooting like that. So that's what I'm liking on Barnes there. So those 2, let me just actually put this in here. We're going to go less than on points, right? And another player I'm liking to go on the over here is Tyler Herro. And the play I'm liking is more than 22.5 points and assists. So this line is still here, right? He's a player that has not been hitting this line recently at all either, right? But I expect him, he's been right there when he hasn't hit it. But I expect him to hit this line against Sacramento. He has played Sacramento really well in the past. Every time he's played them, he's almost gone on the over. I can't remember the number there, but he has crushed Sacramento on this line. And he's also hit this line at like over 60% for the season. So he's just been, I wouldn't say a rough stretch because he's still scoring, right? But he just hasn't hit this line recently. But over the season, he's shown time and time again that he can hit this line pretty consistently. So I'm liking Tyler Herro here on the over. Boom. And that's going to be it for this video. That's going to be for my PrizePicks plays of the day. If you're new to the channel, I'm going over my plays like this every single day. Really giving my analysis, giving my insight onto why I'm liking these plays. And if you ever want to throw some plays in your lineup, feel free to. I'm using this channel to mainly track my plays, track my wins and losses. But I'm throwing all of my plays in the Discord as I have them. Every single play I'm throwing in there, whether it's PrizePicks or Underdog, right? I play a lot more lines on PrizePicks than Underdogs, but Underdog, you can find some really good values. And I had some strong values on college basketball that I liked yesterday. We ended up hitting 4 out of 5 on that line as well. So always try new things, right? If you're just on PrizePicks, maybe try out Underdog, see if you like it more. They may have some more lines that PrizePicks doesn't have, right? But the main goal of this channel is to beat PrizePicks together, right? That's the goal. For us to all win, really, whether that's you following my plays or just learning how I'm reading these plays, seeing what the tools are saying, because I like sharing daily grind, share their top play of the day every day. So you can get an idea of, what the tools are given. And you can throw that in the lineup if you want as well, right? So you can even track those plays, those top plays, see how they're performing in my videos, and then start playing them if they're hitting at a good rate, right? That's what you want to do. You always want to track. If you're coming up with a new system, if you're coming up with some new thing that you thought of, if you're going to go off like a trend system or just sports book system, whatever you come up with, right? Find a way to track those plays, right? And track them long-term, right? You don't want to just give up on a system if it hasn't hit in like after its first 5 or 10 plays, right? Because anything can happen in those first 5 or 10. You want to track it over the long term, right? But enough of that little rant there. I just want to say thank y'all. We hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, so I appreciate y'all. I did not expect this channel to grow this quick. So I'm glad y'all getting a lot of value out of this, and all the comments, likes, and everything like that. I appreciate it. But join that Discord if you want to get in the giveaway, right? I'm gonna be doing this giveaway for the next 4 days. Join in there. You'll see the channel giveaways. Go read how to enter that. It's super simple. It'll take 5 seconds of your time. But that's gonna be it for this one, man. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care.